77. The equation is x squared plus px minus 72 equals 0. My first question is, for which p is x equals minus 1 a solution? First, let's take a look at our equation. I see x to the power of 2, x to the power of 1, and I see x to the power of 0. So I'm dealing with a trinomial. And if I want to factorize this one, I have to deal with two pair of brackets. And my first part of my factor is x, because I do have an x square. And one of my solutions is given. It's x equals minus 1. Or, so this is a minus. Or x equals, and I don't know for the moment, but if x is minus 1, then I know x plus 1 equals 0, or x something. So this means I have to deal here with x plus 1. And let's just make our table. My product is minus 72, and my sum, I'll have to find out. But if I know that one of my factors is 1, then I know this one needs to be minus 72, and my sum is minus 71. And then I can just complete it. Is minus 72. In this case, x minus 72 equals 0, and x equals 72. So this is the answer for p. P in that case is 72. Second question. One of the solutions is x equals minus 3. I am dealing once again with two pair of brackets, and I know x equals minus 1, or x equals. This means that I do have x plus 3 equals 0, or. And I'm still dealing with an x and an x. And this one is plus 3. Well, if I take a look, then I know this needs to be 3 times minus 24. It's x minus 24. X minus 24 equals 0. So x equals 24. So in that case, my p equals 24. If you can do this kind of exercise, you really understand what we're doing. Okay, C, show. The only question is show that there is no value for p for which x equals 0 is a solution. Well, let's just fill in a 0. 0 squared plus p times 0 minus 72 equals 0. Well, 0 squared is 0, p times 0 is 0, so what's left in the end is minus 72 equals 0. And this is impossible, because minus 72 or even plus 72 can never be 0. So it's impossible to have a solution for this one. Then we go to D, for which p is x equals p a solution. So the only thing you have to do, they say x equals p. So then we just fill in. We fill in a p for x. So it's p squared plus p times p minus 72 equals 0. This means p squared plus p squared minus 72 equals 0. 2p squared minus 72 equals 0. Let's separate it by 2 or divide it by 2. P squared minus 36 equals 0. And because I know my squares, I know this is 6. So let's just make it like p squared equals 36. And now I remember theory, x squared equals c, and c in this case bigger than 0. So I do have two solutions. And in this case, it's easy because I have p equals 6 or p equals minus 6. E, same kind of question. X equals 2p. So what I have to do? Just fill in for x 2p. 2p squared, because I just fill the whole x, I fill in 2p, plus p times 2p minus 72 equals 0. This is 4p squared, this is 2p squared, minus 72 equals 0, which is finally 6p squared minus 72. I also have to simplify, and I can simplify this one because those two terms have the same name. This means let's divide it by 6. Both terms. I get p squared minus 12 equals 0. P squared equals 12. Once again, x squared equals c. C is bigger than 0, so I do have two solutions. Let's take a look. In this case, p equals square root of 12, or p equals minus square root of 12. But I can simplify this one because p equals square root of 4 times square root of 3, and in this case p equals minus 4 and square root of 3. So finally I get 2 square root of 3, or p equals minus 2 square root of 3. And the last one, I do exactly the same. I fill in p plus 10 for x. P plus 10 squared plus p times p plus 10 minus 72 equals 0. I recognize a remarkable product. Just think about it. It's a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So now you see that it's very important to know all these remarkable products by heart. And I complete it. So in this case, p squared plus 220, p plus b squared, in this case it's 10, so it's 100, plus p squared plus 10p minus 72 equals 0. No, don't forget, you can always simplify. Square plus p squared, I get 2p squared. 20p plus 10p plus 30p and plus 100 minus 72 is plus 28 equals 0. Let's separate everything by 2 because I never learned to do this with a 2p squared. So divided by 2, divided by 2, divided by 2, and in fact I could say divide by 2 as well. But I know already that 0 divided by 2 is just 0. So we got finally p squared plus 15p plus 14 equals 0. Well, I don't need to make a table, but let's just do it. I get 15, I get 14, but I see 1 times 14 equals 40. And those two added is 15. So I get p plus 1 times p plus 14 equals 0. And once again, I see that I do have a trinomial because it's p to the first, p to 1, p to the power of 0. But I don't think that's needed anymore. So p finally is p equals minus 1 or p equals minus 14. And I'm done.